Welcome to One True Champion. Kristen Keith joined by Wendell Barnhouse. Let's get you caught up on the Big 12. Last time we were here, we said Week 3 was a make-or-break weekend for Big 12 football. So Wendell, how did the conference fare?
Well, it fared better than the Big 10, that's for sure. The Big 12 swept its 3 games with the Big 10 and went 4-3 in games against the Power 5 conferences. Now, Oklahoma really showed its strength with a dominating victory. The 3 losses came in games that were considered toss-ups at best, and Baylor and Oklahoma State rolled to easy wins.
Oklahoma looks to be the real deal, but there's news out of Norman saying that their top rusher, Keith Ford, will be out for 2 to 3 weeks due to a slight ankle fracture. How will this affect the Sooners?
Well, he is their top rusher, and we'll see how that works out when they're going to West Virginia this weekend. They're deep at running back, but Ford has emerged as a guy who can both run the ball and be an effective pass receiver. Alex Ross and Samaje Perine will split the time 2 ways instead of 3 ways as they have been. Now, Iowa State lost a couple of backups as offensive lineman Jacob Dunning and wide receiver P.J. Harris had surgeries for leg injuries. They're both probably out for the season. The good news was that Bryce Petty looked healthy and coming back when they played Friday night at Buffalo.
The Big 12 had several big plays from Week 3. Which ones make your highlight reel, Wendell?
Well, Oklahoma State's Jawan Seals figures to be a favorite target for new Oklahoma State quarterback Dax Garman, and kickers for West Virginia and Iowa State were clutch as Josh Lambert made a 47-yarder to beat Maryland, and Cole Netton split the uprights from 42 yards out to beat Iowa at the buzzer. The TCU's Josh Doxson had the play of the day and probably a top 10 catch for the season with this one-handed grab against Minnesota.
But several great receptions also went to Baylor true freshman Katie Cannon, who stars in our Stat of the Week.
Well, let's just change Cannon's last name to Rocket. He's got 471 yards receiving in 3 games. There are 12 FBS teams that have played 3 games that haven't passed for that many yards as a team. And remember, Cannon is supposed to be a backup. The last 2 games, Baylor scored 113 points without their 4 starting wide receivers.
Time to check in on soccer and volleyball, where I hear those Texas teams are climbing the ranks.
That's true. Texas volleyball, ranked number 2, opened its home schedule by sweeping 3 matches to win the West Longhorn Classic. The Longhorns knocked off number 20 Arizona in the opening match. And Texas Tech overcame a 2-set deficit to defeat Texas State and win the Texas Tech Invitational on Friday. The Red Raiders are 9-0. That's the best start since 1997. And in soccer, Kansas and Texas Tech are 2 of the 7 remaining teams in the nation without a loss or a tie. Number 17 Kansas improved to 8-0 with a 1-0 victory over UMKC Sunday, and Texas Tech is up to number 7 in the coaches poll, their highest ranking ever. Their 7-0 start is the best in school history, and Friday they went to Cal and defeated number 11 Cal in double overtime, and now Texas Tech has 2 victories over ranked teams for the first time in school history.
Before we leave you, check out this Twitter war between the University of Iowa and Iowa State police departments.
Well, Iowa's campus police did some Twitter trolling with a knock-knock joke that made fun of Iowa State's 0-2 start. Now, after the Cyclones knocked off the Hawkeyes, the campus cops were gracious enough to post another twit pic with another knock-knock theme to salute Iowa State's victory.
Gotta love a good rivalry, especially when it takes to Twitter. That's a wrap for today. For Wendell Barnhouse, Kristen Keith, we'll see you next week for another edition of One True Champion.